Hello everybody. I wanted to do a video on some of the various different maintenance items that are going to be required for this generator, the one that I have specifically, the RS25, as well as provide you some feedback as to get cheaper parts for these maintenance items, specifically because Cummins charges a premium for their parts, and for the most part they're just standard off-the-shelf parts, right? The service manual for the generator doesn't specifically list the part numbers for the standard off-the-shelf parts, which unfortunately if you go and buy their branded parts, which is what this is here, you're going to end up paying a premium for it, and you know, you'll find out at the end of the day it's basically just a standard part. So this is a spark plug here, right? Their part number is A044H806, and all of their parts they put in these fancy green boxes here called green label parts. You know, they're branded of parts, but basically they're just taking these parts and relabeling them, right? So all that is, when you look at it at the end of the day, is a standard Ngk spark plug. In fact, this is BKR 6E 11, I believe, is the part number for the spark plug. BKR 6E11, right? So I went on Amazon and I actually bought a whole bunch of these from Amazon. Much cheaper. I think you can get 4 of these for like 10 bucks on Amazon. It's a standard resistor spark plug. These things, unfortunately, I think they're like 10 bucks each when you buy them through the dealer, right? So they mark up these parts quite a bit. So you know, saving you some time and some money, just go to Amazon and buy these plugs, and don't buy the dealer parts, because again, it's just exactly the same. This was the one that was in one of the boxes I bought here. You know, it's a factory NGKR spark plug, so no problems there using those off the shelf. The next thing I wanted to talk about were the oil filters. So this is the part I ordered here from Cummins for the oil filter, A044D820. And again, this is their part number from their catalog, and it comes in a fancy green box, and it costs more, right? So what comes in that box? Well, this is a Fleet Guard LF3537 oil filter, right? It's a standard off-the-shelf oil filter that's available for you guys to purchase anywhere. Now, the Fleet Guard filters are actually really good filters from what I'm reading. However, it's based on an older technology. The median side isn't as nice as some of the newer filters and newer technology that's out there, right? So what I would recommend that you do is, instead of buying one of these, you can go to a website called like oilfiltercrossreference.com if you want. They've got all kinds of different filter part numbers that'll cross-reference to this filter here, and I actually went and found these guys here. These are Fram's newest filters here. They're ultra synthetic filters. Now the Fram part number I think it's PH7317 is listed on the cross-reference website, but this one's XG7317. You know, before you laugh, these Fram ultra synthetic brand filters actually get fantastic reviews. They get really good ratings. There's a website called bobistheoilguy.com. I recommend you guys check it out if you're interested in reading more information about these. People do a lot of crazy teardowns and cut-ups and everything, and check these things. These things are bulletproof as far as the quality is concerned. Much better than the standard Fram engine filters that you have out there that have cardboard caps. These things actually have real end caps on them. But this filter, as you can see, smaller than the other one, right? But has virtually the same ratings as this guy right here. The threads all match. The bypass setting is, I think, a 13 on this one versus a 12 on this one. So you know, you have a little bit more safety there. It's a little bit smaller in size, but it's actually going to do the job. You know, just what you need here. And this thing, I think you can get it on Amazon for, again, between 5 and 10 bucks. I think this one, the cheapest I found was 25 bucks for these darn things. Good filters, but definitely not, you know, not better than the new Frams that are out there that have the new technology, right? Go for these if you can. And then finally, I've got the air filter here. This is the air filter that the unit uses here. And again, this is a big air filter, right? And it's proprietary to Cummins. Let's see if I can get their part number here. This one is listed at A042Y176. It's a heavy-duty, beefy air filter, nice quality. The problem is I can't find any aftermarket air filters that are exactly the same size as this, right? What you can do, however, which I plan on doing eventually after I use up this one and the other one I bought, because these things aren't cheap. I think these are like 30 bucks a piece online, and they need to change these more often than anything else, from my understanding. But what you can do, though, is go online and get a K&N air filter, right? So K&N makes one. It doesn't look exactly like this. I think it's actually longer, more cylindrical in length, but they have the same diameter flange here that you can get. And you know, with a K&N, you basically oil it, clean it, put it back into service, and you're good to go. It's not cheap, right? But it'll save you the cost of having to buy 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things over the life, minimum of the life of the generator that you got. And again, these things are not cheap, and these are consumable, much more so than the spark plugs. I think the spark plugs get changed maybe once a year, if that. Oil filters more frequently, of course, but these things I think you need to change more often. But you can definitely get a better deal by going maybe K&N if you decide to do that with those. So anyways, I just wanted to give you some heads up on all this stuff. Again, save some money. Go and buy the brand here on Amazon if you can, and save some money. I also am going to use for oil in this thing. I'm going to use when I first do the oil change. It's some good oil. 5W30 is the recommended oil. I'm going to go ahead and swap that out with synthetic, because again, I don't know what they specify in there as far as what comes from the factory, but you can get some good synthetic oil and put in there and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to do another video on the power command here in the short future. So if you guys are interested, leave comments in the comment section below, questions, and hopefully this is helpful to somebody out there. Thanks.